happy July 17th to you on this Sunday morning. Good morning, San Diego. And you know, it is summertime. A lot of people like to pick up good books or maybe drive their cars for a nice Sunday drive. Well, today you can do both, actually. Dave Stahl, our automotive expert, joins us now. And it is this time to read. A lot of people, they might not like to read. We all know people like that. You know, but if you find something you're interested in, you'll read. Well, and you've got some great books.
Look at it this way, Tom. Look around. If you had a patio like this in your backyard, wouldn't this be a great place to sit down, curl up with a good book? I mean, give you an example. I brought a bunch of different books from Motorbooks International, and they're a huge publishing company that deals with books in general, a lot of automotive, but other things as well. And just to let people know, if there's any of these books they like, go to motorbooks.com, and if they buy a book and they check out, if they put my promo code in, and we'll put that up, STAHL11, they get a 25% discount.
25%.
25%.
That's
discount.
A huge discount.
So here's a book on the 1940 Ford, which was a very iconic era for the Ford Motor Company. I mean, they really came out of the woods with this car. I mean, great photos, you know, great stories, a lot of historic photos. I mean, you won't see one of these old rascals, these old trucks running around, and then it'll break down and tell stories of the whole thing. Just a great book.
There was so much, when we talk about the 40s, there was so much character in these cars, and those are beautiful photos right there.
Now, this is a book a non-automotive person could read. It's called Life is a Highway, and it's a collection of articles written in newspapers and magazines back in the day. And when you read the stories of what they thought the history of the automobile was going to be in 2011, it's ironic how close they came. And on some cases, how far off they were as well.
You got some big names here. Who are these? These are the authors of some of these articles and these papers?
They're actually the contributing authors of it. You know, people like Brock Yates and J. Edgar Hoover, you know, Zora Dunkopf, who was the father of the Corvette. Great book. And you don't have, this is more of a historical type book. And then if you live in the Phoenix area or even the Southern California area, a guy by the name of Jimmy Bryan won the 1958 Indianapolis 500. This is his story told by a 9-year-old who grew up, you know, as this guy's idol. You know, he lived a couple blocks from him. He used to pedal his bicycle over there. Jimmy would be sitting in there working on his race car, because that was back in the day when they raced with a pack of cigarettes rolled up in their sleeve and a cigar in their mouth.
Exactly.
Unbelievable book. This
on the streets when it was still dangerous to do that, of course.
But now, you're not old enough, but do you remember TV Tommy Ivo?
I'm not old enough.
I know you're not. But he was a child actor back in the 50s, and garnered a lot of money and decided to go racing. But when he went racing, everybody else, you know, made their cars go fast but didn't bother to paint them or shine them up or clean them. This is Mr. Chrome. He was a showman. Everything he did, in fact, he was the first person to ever take a dragster, throw it in a trailer with glass sides, people could see it, and travel the United States, you know, grudge racing.
That's the way to do it, generate publicity.
Exactly. He was a consummate showman. This is a fabulous, fabulous book for all the old folks. And we got new books here, too. Here's the complete 5 generations of Camaro.
You know what, though? The Chevy's doing great right now because of the movie Transformers. Yeah. They've gotten so much publicity with the Camaro, and a lot of people, these are coming back. A lot of people are interested in these cars.
Oh, yeah. And the photos in here, I mean, the different types of cars that they came out with, the interiors, if you like bright orange. I mean, just every era, and it walks through all of the different 5 generations of Camaro. So if you have somebody in the family that's a real Camaro enthusiast, this is a fabulous, fabulous book. Here's one, and you didn't think that this could ever happen, but you know, back in the day, we would take a 4-cylinder out of our 32 Ford, and we'd go find an old Cadillac motor, and we'd stick it in there. Well, now Motorbooks has put a book together that'll teach you how to put your GMLS series engine into anything. Now, what this is, people said, what's an LS1? Well, that's Chevrolet's V8 crate motor, and they're all electronic, but this thing will walk you through it piece by piece, by page, exactly how to put it in. You know, here we are talking about installing fuel lines. So if that was a project, say you and your son or you and your daughter wanted to do, this would be a perfect book to have. Now, don't worry about that. This is a perfect book to have. This one I have not read yet.
The
Chevrolet Volt.
Okay.
But, you know, for people, maybe you're thinking about buying the Volt and you want a little bit more in-depth history of it, this is a perfect book to do so. And then last but not least, I always got a kick out of this book. how to make your car last forever.
That's important because Dave Stahl has a lot of classic cars.
Yes,
I've
I
seen
do.
some photos of your cars in your yard.
13 of them, thank you very
Yeah.
much. So this book was extremely important to me, and it does. It breaks it all down to you. It's a great little book. So these could all be garnered at motorbook.com.
Okay,
Motorbooks with an S.
Motorbooks.com, and when you purchase your books, you put in the code Stall 11, STALL 11,
Exactly.
at the promo code, and you'll get 25% off the entire purchase.
Correct.
Amazing stuff. Dave Stahl,
Yeah,
as
buddy.
always, very interesting. Thanks so
All right.
much.
Thanks, I can help.
All right, there's more to come here on Good Morning San Diego. You don't want to miss it. Stay tuned.